Greetings, my friends. Today is the 24th day of the HaOmer. Yeah, the Midah of Tiferet Sheba Netzach, Tiferet within Netzach. How does Tiferet complete Netzach? How does Tiferet empower Nitzchiyut? And what is Netzach? Nitzchiyut is victory, it's eternity, it's expression, it's that which comes forth from having clear values. It's when the life force flows through us and expresses itself into the world, and we overcome the obstacles, both inner and outer, to that. The language of Usfartim Lachem, it's language of Zohar, it's language of a very strong, solid Torah world. And Nitzchiyut, is overcoming the Yetzer Hara. It's overcoming the obstacle to the expression we are in the world. But you have to remember the Yetzer Hara was also created by Hashem. It was created by Hashem in order to arouse our desire to come close to God, to give us bechira and free choice, to have a relationship with Hashem. And at a certain level, it's the obstacle that awakens our desire and our motivation and our internal power that has us wanting to overcome the obstacle. We want what we can't have. We want what we're yearning for. So it's meant to help us build the yearning. Someone said it's a positive trigger. We tend to think of the Yetzer Hara as this bad thing, but let's do the NLP thing and shift what it is. When we meet the obstacle, we can perceive it as a positive trigger. Wow, here's the obstacle. This is when I meant to step up to the plate and go for it. Where do I get that strength from? Where do I get that power from? How do I overcome the obstacle and express who I am in the world? That's the question of Nitzchiyut. And how does Tiferet answer that? Tiferet is the balance point between right and left, but also between up and down. In the whole array of the Eser Sefirot, we've got 6 middle Sefirot: Zeran, Pin, Chesed, Gevura, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod. Above that, we've got the sort of consciousness level of Keter, Chachma, Bina, Dot. Below that, we've got Malchut, which is where it gets expressed into. Malchut is what receives whatever we're putting forth. The upper world, the Keter, Chachma, Bina, is the inspiration and the light that's coming through us. And that whole array of 6 Sefirot that we call Zeranpin also gets called Tiferet. The Tiferet is that whole picture, and it's what stands between the upper level, the consciousness level, and the Malchut level, or the expression into the physical, practical world of speech and action. So Tiferet is that bridging place. Tiferet is the place that receives the vitality from above and gives it forth below. So Tiferet is like the vehicle through which that light comes through and expresses itself. Tiferet is how Netzach happens. It's the actual forces. There's other aspects to Nitzchiyut that are required, and based on what the other midot and the aspects of Netzach really are. But Tiferet is that full picture channel that expresses it. And Usfartim Lachem has this amazing expression of this notion that the source of life, our power, Hashem, gets excited and is mitpa'er, which is a kind of pride. When Hashem witnesses those who are serving him expressing and overcoming obstacles, it gives an excitement to Hashem. We excite God when we're successful. And when we excite God, he gives us more shefa and more potency and more strength. So it's almost like this virtuous cycle where we overcome a little bit of an obstacle. We get this influx of inspiration from Hashem, who's excited by it, so to speak. And that gives us more power to overcome the next obstacle and to move forward by this meat of Tiferet, which is this vehicle for receiving God's expression, for creating an arousal and excitement, and for expressing it through. Put in different language, where it's really Tiferet is this blending of right and left of our expression of Chesed and the vessel or the boundary of Gevura. It's the same sort of idea. I've got an impulse. I want to make something happen. I need to actually have vessels to make it happen. Then I can express it. So Tiferet is that meeting place of above and below, divine light expressing itself through the world. Tiferet is that expression of right and left coming together and being in balance. And through that quality of balance, through that quality of bringing right brain, left brain, above, below, chesed, gevura, we actually create a shlemut and create a wholeness that awakens divine life and fluidity and power, so it flows through us. We can overcome the obstacles to our self-expression. So that's the intellectual expression. That's how we think about it and consider it and ask ourselves, okay, where am I with that? Am I actually jumping into and finding that place of balance? Am I leaning too much towards the side of just being an inspiration and creativity and in the flowingness of it without acknowledging the vessel of it? Am I overdoing the vessel part and kind of being rigid and controlling and wanting things to be all the right way and not allowing myself to be open to the flow and the expression, the spontaneity of it? How do I find that balance? And then the meditation, the actual going into the upper part of the consciousness, because this whole thing about Sefirat, like we've talked about, is the meeting place of that which is above and that which is within. It's the klalilut, the godliness and the highness and the expansiveness within the particulars, because that's what a sphera is. It's counting what you can't count. So there's a meditation, there's a reflection on, please, Hashem, God, help me find this place and experience this emanation that's coming through you, the excitement and arousal that is experienced and given to me from all of the accomplishments I've ever done. And it gives me more strength to accomplish more, to express and emanate and manifest what I'm here to manifest. So, have a great day. Take care.